Dear students, today we will continue with commands in Linux operating system. In the beginning, we will learn what is command. A program that interprets commands is a shell, and command is a instruction to work with the shell. That means we can take the advantage of Linux operating system by giving different commands. And to work with those commands, we need one area. And that area is nothing but shell or terminal. And in Linux operating system, there is one separate application called terminal. And when you click on terminal or when you select terminal, then it shows one command shell area, and by that you can type commands and you can work on any commands in the Linux operating system. As you know, in the Linux, even there is Windows type of interface as well as command type of interface. That we will call it as a Windows type interface, we will call it as a GUI, graphical user interface, and the command type of interface we will call it as a CUI, character user interface. That means you have to type each and every character to create commands. But in Windows, just by clicking on the buttons or icons, we can take the advantage of any programs or task. We will continue with command shell. It allows the user to execute commands by typing them manually at a terminal or automatically in programs called shell scripts. In Linux, we can write small programs, and those programs are nothing but combination of different commands. And you can store those set of commands with one name, that we will call it as a shell scripts. Script is nothing but program. And remember, a shell is not an operating system. In last class, we have seen all those concepts. What the hardware is, what the kernel, and what all things user can use to perform his jobs. Okay. In that, one is shell. A shell is a way to interface with the operating system and to run the commands. In the last class, we have seen there are 4 types of shells, and the commonly used shell is bash, that is BASH, born again shell. In that, they have taken only B, A and SH. Bash is a shell written as a free replacement to the Bourne shell, commonly that is located in /bin/sh folder or directory. What the directory and file are? Directory means the container to store set of files. Maybe you know in Windows there will be like folders. Maybe recycle bin, my computer, these folders are there. Double click on those folders, it shows the contents of those folders. And in that there may be files, again there may be folders. Same way in Linux operating system, folders we will call it as a directory. And directory is nothing but container to store again the set of directories or files. That means again the set of directories in the sense subdirectories. In one directory, again we can create some more directories. And it is originally created by Steve Ballmer for the Unix system. And it is common shell for the Linux operating system. File naming rules. In Linux operating system, commands and file names are case sensitive. even commands and file names. If you type clear in capital instead of the proper clear command, then it is taken as a mistake. So clear command is lowercase clear. You have to type lowercase or small letter clear. Then only the Linux executes clear command, which is used to clear the screen. Whatever information is there on the screen, that we can clear by using this clear command. That is one thing, case sensitivity. That means the Linux commands or file names are case sensitive. Then backslash versus front slash. There are two slashes in the keyboard. One is backslash, another one is front slash. In the third line in your keyboard, if you see any keyboard, in the third line there will be backslash. Just in the figure you can see, in the third line there is backslash, and in the fifth line, that is ZX, CV, those characters are there. In that line you can find front slash. Commonly it is used as a division operator, that we will call it as a front slash, and opposite of that one is backslash. And this front slash is separator in Linux or Unix operating system. Front slash is the directory separator. When we are in the fourth directory, if there are above that, if there are three more directories, in the figure you can see, if there are four directories and you are in the fourth directory, then the above directory we can represent by using front slash. So first directory, front slash, second directory, again front slash, third directory, again front slash, fourth directory. That means you can show the path of a directory by using front slash. Front slash is to show the path. That means it is used as a path separator in Linux or Unix operating system. And the backslash, it is taken as escape character. Backslash is taken as escape character. The use of that one we will see later. Then the file name. In DOS, that means if you know about earlier operating system, in 1980 there was one operating system with the name DOS, Disk Operating System, and that was given by Microsoft. Even the Windows is given by Microsoft. DOS is predecessor of that Windows operating system. That means before Windows there was DOS operating system. And in DOS we will take the file names with 8 character, then followed by dot, then again 3 character to represent file type. So it's called as 8.3 file name convention. We can see one example here. Program, program, 8 characters, then separated by dot, then CPP. CPP represents C++. That means the C++ files with the extension .cpp. That means the second part indicates the type of application or type of file, which type of file it is, in which application that file is created, that it represents. Second part. In the first part shows the file name. In Linux or in Unix, there is no separate file extension concept. You can take any number of dots within the file name. Then important symbols and characters that the shell uses in a special way that we will see here. The first character is slash, that is backslash, that is escape character. If you want to reference any special character, you can take escape with the backslash. Escape character we can take by using backslash, that is backslash star. That is nothing but the star to take in the commands. Maybe front slash tmp, front slash file name, backslash star. That means I want to display all the file name or all the files with the starting characters as file name. Maybe I want to display all the file names which are starting from S. Then I can take slash tmp slash yes backslash star. And star is one special character. To take that special character, we need backslash, that is escape character. Then front slash. This is used as a directory separator. Front slash home slash xp slash linux. That means the linux is a folder which is in xp. xp is a folder which is in home folder of Linux system. Then the dot, single dot, which represents the current directory. The current directory is represented by one dot. And the parent directory is represented by double dot. And hyphen, that is nothing but minus symbol. And that is user's home directory. That means it represents user's home directory in the Linux system. Then single star, it represents 0 or more characters in a file name. So how we have taken here, slash backslash star, and that star represents 0 or more characters in a file name, may be anything. As I said, yes star, that means the starting character is yes, other characters, remaining characters may be anything. For example, PIC star 2002. Here, PIC 2002, it may be PIC 2002 since there is a star. Without any character, it can display PIC 2002 or PIC January 2002. That means the first 3 characters are PIC, last 4 characters are 2002, and in between there may be any other characters or without any characters, like here PIC 2002, PIC January 2002, PIC Feb 29 2002, etc. Then question mark, it represents single character in a file name, may be anything. Star represents set of characters, may be anything, but question mark represents a single character in a file name, may be anything. Example, hello question mark dot txt. That means hello, then the question mark means there may be one character, can represent hello1.txt, helloz.txt, but not hello22.txt. Only one character may be anything. Then the square brackets can be used to represent a range of values. The range of values, maybe I want to take all the numbers from 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that I can represent by taking 0 minus 9 in the square bracket. All the characters from A to Z. For that square bracket, I can take A to Z in the square bracket. That means all the alphabets from A to Z, all 26 alphabets. But remember, only the capital. Since we have taken A as capital and Z as capital, all the capital characters it will take from A to Z. Example, hello 0 minus, that is hyphen 2 within the square bracket dot txt represent the name hello 0.txt, hello 1.txt and hello 2.txt. That means all the file names with sixth character as 0, 1 and 2. That is the use of square bracket. Then pipe symbol. Okay, in keyboard you can see that pipe symbol in the third line, maybe above backslash. And this pipe symbol is to redirect the output of one command into another command. It will act like a redirection, like ls pipe symbol more. If the output of ls command is more than one screen, then it will give that one to more. By that it will display all the commands output, that is ls command output, page by page or screen by screen. Then greater than, redirect output of a command into a new file. That is called as one type of redirection symbol, output redirection symbol. If the file already exists, it overwrites it. Example, ls greater than myfiles.txt. The ls is to list the contents of a directory. That means what all files are there or folders are there, directories are there, that it displays when you take just ls command. And if you take ls greater than myfiles.txt, it will send the output to the myfiles.txt instead of screen. And that concept, greater than, is output redirection symbol. And double greater than, it redirects the output of a command onto the end of an existing file. That is just like adding at the end. Already ls greater than myfiles.txt, already it contains some information or some data in the myfiles.txt. Again I can add ls minus l greater than my double greater than myfiles.txt. Then along with ls command output, it will add ls minus l command output. So that is the use of double greater than. This is just output redirection symbol. This is output redirection with add at the end or add below the previous contents of a file. This is called input redirection symbol. Example, more less than phone numbers.txt. That means the phone numbers.txt is redirected to more, then it displays screen by screen. And semicolon, it will act like a command separator. Even in one line, I can take more than one command by using this method, semicolon. We can separate one line, then it will treat it like one statement is over and we can take one more command. After that, semicolon. That means at a time we can execute more than one command by using semicolon. Semicolon will act like a terminator of one command. Then how we can execute the commands? To execute commands, we have to take one specific path that we will call it as a command path. Commonly, the commands are located in the shell's path, meaning that you can just type the name of the program and you can execute it. Bourne shell contains the commands. So directly you can execute those commands. Like for example, if you take ls, then it will execute ls command and it displays all the folders and files in the current folder or current directory. To execute commands that are not in your current path, then you have to give the complete location of the command when it is needed. In command, there are two types of commands, internal and external command. Internal commands are inbuilt, that means within the shell. If you have open shell, directly you can work on internal command. But external command requires one specific file for its execution. Without that file, executing external command is not possible. And for that purpose, you have to take the path of that command. Maybe for example, your file or command is in Bob folder /home/Bob folder. My program may be a file or command and that you want to execute. Then you have to take /home/Bob/my program in some other directory. Maybe ./program, that means from the current folder or current directory execute the program. Program is a file name of a program. Executing commands. How the syntax of command is? Command syntax. Command syntax means command grammar. When we are taking commands in Linux operating system, we have to follow one specific rule. And those rules are given along with command. Even you can take help of those commands in Linux operating system. How the syntax is? Common or typical command syntax is command, then within square bracket minus argument, again within square bracket minus argument, then within square bracket minus argument, then file. And here in the syntax, remember, in the syntax, maybe in any language, maybe in any operating system, Linux, DOS, Windows, or maybe in any programming language like C, C++, Java, in any programming language, in syntax, if we use these square brackets, that represents those things are optional. Optional in the sense, even just by taking command, you can run the command. Even you can take the command part and we can execute the command. These all things are optional, and the optional things are indicated by square brackets. We can see here example ls. So just command with no argument parts or file. ls, then directly it displays contents of a current directory. ls-l, it lists the file in long format with date created, date and time created, and then the size of a file, type of a file, all those things it displays when I take ls-l. That means that is the argument. Minus l is a argument. Minus is needed to take the argument. That is hyphen. ls-l. In the same way, even there may be two arguments. ls minus l, that is one argument, minus argument, minus color. That lists files with the colorized output. It will display the information in colors. Cat file name. You can see here the command but no argument, directly file name, cat file name. Then it shows the contents of a file. Cat minus l file name, that is argument. Minus l file name. It shows the contents of a file with all the lines with line numbers. In the next class, we will see how to make use of these commands. Thank you. God bless you.